I listened to a podcast recently from the Interchange titled The Cleantech SPAC Attack. Apparently, 10 cleantech focused SPACs have been announced in 2020 and a total of 80 plus SPACs across sectors. I was impressed and intrigued and did some digging of my own to get to the bottom of the SPAC attack. SPACs, SPAC, are publicly traded shell companies, special purpose acquisition companies, formed for the purpose of identifying and acquiring a private company, thereby giving the private company an immediate exit. Energy and cleantech focused SPACs are looking for energy and cleantech companies to acquire. For example, QuantumScape, a battery company, is going to go public shortly via Kensington Capital Acquisition Corp. QuantumScape is pre-revenue. EOS, another battery company going public this year, expects to do about $2.5 million in revenues in 2020. In fact, these are all very early as public markets go. So why are they going public? Why aren't they raising money in the private markets instead? Some podcasts have shared hypotheses that these private companies are at an inflection point, that they will generate boatloads of revenues in short order and therefore should be interesting to public markets. But if these companies are all that interesting, why not raise private capital, gobs of which has been floating around lately? Here is my take. The reason that private capital is not chasing these companies anymore is that these companies have been around too long. All startups have a shelf life. If you've been struggling for too long, or if you've used up your shelf life, it becomes really difficult for you to raise private money, even if you're building really valuable technology. Add to that, large VCs are spoiled for choice. Lots of new companies are born every year attempting to commercialize exciting new technologies. So if you overstay your shelf life, you get dumped for the next shiny thing. On the other hand, public markets have more limited choices. There are less than 6,000 companies on the NYSE and NASDAQ combined, so there may be greater appetite for these private companies. My view is SPACs are a good thing. More markets should be opened up. Cleantech can take a long time to come to fruition. It does take a lot of capital. And that capital will come from the public markets if it will not come from the private markets. As an investor, however, I would be very cautious. I would definitely question the sky-high valuations. Most of those do not make sense to me. I would also diligence the technology and the customer traction. Finally, when investing in SPACs, look for really good, experienced industry operators to helm the SPAC you're backing. They should have a clear vision laid out in their IPO materials, and their vision should build on their own personal backgrounds.